spending more in the economy. Okay, we have to study the deficit budget in a detailed manner, right? Or the budgetary deficit in a detailed manner, because see, much of the planning will be needed for accomplishing a deficit budget, because you are having the shortage of money, so you need to arrange for that particular money. So next is the budgetary deficits. There are three type of deficits. First is revenue deficit. Second is fiscal deficit. Third is primary deficit. Okay, so these are the three type of deficits which can occur in your budget. Revenue deficit simply means the excess of revenue expenditure over revenue receipt. Remember here expenditure will be more because it is a which type of budget? Deficit type of budget. So revenue deficit is revenue expenditure minus revenue receipts. It simply shows that how much the government how much shortage of money the government is having in order to meet its revenue expenditures over revenue receipts. Then second is the fiscal deficit. So if you have to define the revenue deficit, you will define it in the way it is the excess of revenue expenditure over revenue receipt, and this is the formula: revenue expenditure minus revenue receipts. Fiscal deficit is total expenditure minus total receipts except borrowing and other liabilities. Okay, just look at it carefully and try to understand it. It is total expenditure means revenue expenditure as well as capital expenditure. Then total receipt, it means the revenue receipts, all revenue receipts and all capital receipts, but except the borrowing and other liabilities. This is important thing. It means that this fiscal deficit is showing me how much money the government has actually borrowed to meet out the deficit. See, total expenditure, I am saying all the expenditures I have covered, means all the things of the government structure. Just you can have a turn around and have a look at the structure of the budget, where you will find total expenditure would mean all the expenditures are covered, and total receipt would mean all revenue receipts are covered and all capital receipts are covered other than the borrowing and other liabilities. Say for example, the total expenditure of the government was say 500, okay, and the total receipts except borrowing and means excluding the borrowing and other liabilities was rupees 450. So it means that fiscal deficit will be equal to 50, right? And this 50 is actually equal to the borrowing and other liabilities, because this 50 rupees the government will need to borrow from some other agency. So I can also say that fiscal deficit is also equal to borrowing and other liabilities. Okay, so do not get confused why fiscal deficit is equal to borrowing and other liabilities, because it is actually showing that how much money, how much shortage of money the government is actually having while taking the total expenditure and the total receipts of the government. This is the meaning of fiscal deficit, and when you are doing it numerically, then you have to remember the fiscal, for calculating the fiscal deficit, you take the total expenditure means the revenue expenditure as well as the capital expenditure and the total receipts. But from the total receipts, one thing should be excluded, that is the borrowing and other liabilities. This would be given to you in the question. Remember, the capital receipts include three things: disinvestment, plus recovery of loans, and plus borrowing and other liabilities, right? So from the capital receipt you will take only these two, This is the important thing which you have to remember while doing the numerical, and this is to be taken care of, that you are not adding the borrowing and other liabilities, otherwise your fiscal deficit will come as 0 if you take them also. So if you are getting 0, it means that you have done this mistake, you have taken the borrowing and other liabilities also into the total receipts. So this is the basic meaning of fiscal deficit, and there are certain implications of the fiscal deficit. First we will just have a look at the implications, then we will move on to the primary deficit. Actually all the deficits have similar implications. Okay, so some implications or some effects of the fiscal deficit. The first one is that it increases the burden of debt on the future generations, or you can say the forthcoming governments. Suppose the government continuously borrows from international organizations to meet out its fiscal deficit, then it would lead to more burden on the future generation. Second is it increases the interest payments, increases the burden of interest payments on the economy. The government has to pay the interest on those huge borrowings which it is doing from the foreign agencies. It creates inflation in the economy because the government will need to charge more taxes from the people to overcome its expenditures. So that it can again increase the prices of the commodities and lead to inflation. It can lead to foreign dependence. Okay, a country economy continuously borrowing from some agency, so it can lead to the foreign dependence of that particular economy on some other economy. Okay, so these are the basic implications of the fiscal deficit, and they are common for all the deficits. So if you are asked a question on the implication of the fiscal deficit or revenue deficit or primary deficit, you can use these four, and maybe more are given in your book, so you can go through them also. Okay, then the last type of deficit is the primary deficit. Primary deficit is equal to fiscal deficit minus interest payments. These interest payments refer to the interest paid on past borrowings, the old borrowings of the government. So primary deficit actually shows me that how much money the government has required besides its interest payment. Like for example, suppose the fiscal deficit is coming out to be say 500 crores. So you would think that the government has invested 500 crores from borrowing it from some other source. This is only what fiscal deficit implies, that this much the government has borrowed to meet out the deficit. But suppose out of this 500 crores, suppose 50 crores is interest payment. So it means out of this 50 crore, the 500 crores, 50 crores have been used by the government to pay the interest of the past liabilities. So actually it has invested only 400 or spent only 450 crores in the economy, but it borrowed how much? 500 crores from the from some other organization or from outside, or you can say from foreign economies. But 50 crore out of it has been spent on the payment of the interest. So primary deficit actually gives me the correct picture how much the government is spending in the economy.